Hey y'all, this is All of Destiny, and in this video I'll be showing you all exactly how I braided my own hair. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. I'm using 2 packs of this type of braiding hair. This is the jumbo 3 times the braid perm yaki express 84-inch in 1B. I'm reading everything that was on the front of the package. Oh, whoa, look at that length. Oh. So yeah, when you go in the beauty supply store, just look for the same one that I used if you would like to. Alright, so I'm just going to remove that scrunchie and I'm going to cut the hair in half right where the rubber band ends. Don't do that. Don't drop yours. So from that, we're just going to... And this technique that I'm doing now is called threading, I believe. And this is just pretty much going to help the braid fade to be skinny towards the end. Let's not do that. Just smooth it out with our hands. I'm a one-man show tonight, so I'm gonna just lay mine right here. Lay it on my dresser. Since I'm standing in front of my dresser, that way I can grab it very easy without needing help and turn it all around and all of that stuff. So just take them out. I just kind of do it, I don't know, like just a good size. You start with a really small piece and then it grows larger. But I find that if you're adding hair in anyway, it's kind of getting larger anyway because it's like having this and then you've added this. So that's more anyway. I don't know if that makes sense. But my pieces, I don't really focus on them being like too like small to large. But obviously the first one is going to be like really small because you don't want a big piece in the front, you know. So if that didn't really make any sense what I was trying to explain to you all, I'm pretty much, for you all just at home, I would say maybe take about 8 to 10 sections that you want to feed in. And as you separate out your sections, let them grow in size so that you're adding in, starting with a really small piece of hair and then to a larger size. Because what I said, I don't know, but if you got me, then you got me. If not, just kind of section out your pieces from small to large. So my sister Boon is helping me separate out the hair. And now I'm just going to begin my first braid. I had to kind of warm up to this a little bit because I haven't done it in a while. So yeah, I think I'm going to end on this one and then just like start again. Okay, let me get this together off camera. Oh, now we're back. First braid completed. Now she's ready to record, okay? So I'm going to get my sister Boon to help me with my parting. I kind of do like the first rough draft part and then she'll perfect the parting for me because you really want this to be neat. And you can assume that you can see in the back, but I mean, it's just, you can get it straight, but it takes longer. So get help if you can. So one tip I learned from really a lot of YouTubers, I couldn't even begin to name everybody. I've seen a lot of people do this on YouTube. But after you do your first parting, you take some kind of maybe edge control, jam, whatever you're using to slick the hair, you run that actually on the scalp of that part, and then you part the hair again on top of that, and I kid you not, it's going to separate out all of the hair that should be on the left side of the part from the hair that should be on the right. Like, just give it a try. So now I'm taking some of the beeswax and I'm smoothing that along both sides of my parting, and then I decided also that I want to do 2 of those really tiny braids, just so since mine are going straight back, this is going to kind of help to make it a little more like, oh, look at her braids, you know. So yeah, I'm just double checking my parting again. This little braid is not going to go all the way to the back. You'll see when I feed it in, it's going to kind of get connected into the large braid. So I'm taking a really small piece of hair, not too big because you don't want it to be like a little knot at the front. And I'm only feeding in 1 piece of hair into this tiny braid. Some people don't add hair in, but I just want to make sure that the neatness of this braid lasts just as long as the ones that's going to have a lot of hair fed into them, if that makes sense. And you can also see that I'm using clips and lots of combs and things like that to secure my hair on both sides. That way when I braid, I'm only grabbing the hair from that parted space that I want to grab, and I won't ruin my part and then I have to take my braid down and start all the way over. So I'm just showing you all quickly that my part should still be neat after the little small braid. Now I'm applying some more of that beeswax to the other side, and then I'm going to begin to start feeding in the hair to complete the second braid. I'm leaving out my edges in the front just because I kind of want to, and I need to lay and slay those at the end, okay? So on this one, I actually started off with my own hair, and then I'm going to feed in a really small piece. On some of my braids, I started right from the very beginning feeding in the hair, but I was just kind of trying things out just to see, you know, how I liked it and what worked best for me. Really, when I'm doing my hair, a lot of this is like trial and error. So yeah, so braiding your own hair and feeding it in, I feel is different from when you're doing it on someone else, because the way I was adding in the hair and the way I would like hold the hair, it was different from when I did my mom's and my sister's hair a couple of weeks ago. So you can see how one piece is still hanging forward. And so I braid, and then I swing that back down and around under the hair. And so it ends up getting tucked right underneath. And so instead of the, I guess you can say the weave sitting on top, it's kind of tucked up under the braid, which is why you can't see it. And then it's like fed in, like feed in, okay? So just kind of watch closely. I did zoom in as best as I could for you all to see, and I'm also showing this portion in real time. So you can see when my pointer finger and thumb, they kind of get in that little position on the left side for me. That's when I would kind of go to feed in the hair, and then I braid, and then I swing the other piece around and tuck that underneath. The reason I said this technique is different when I was doing it on my mom and sister, really you just have to watch the video to see. I'll link one down below, but because I had tried it that same way and I was like, no, because the hair was sitting on top. So I was like, hold on, let me try this again. So this is the part I slowed it down. My thumb is under there too, and it's like I stick that hair right into those. I keep that piece forward, and I continue to braid with that portion. So it's like braid, grab the hair, swing it under there. Now you can't see it, and it's with that other piece, like the other leg, and then I just kind of continue to braid. But really I was like stopping to check because I wasn't going to continue if it was on top, because then you have to take it down and start over. So I tried to cut out a lot of me stopping and checking and all of that, but really I was doing a lot of that. So again, you can see my pointer fingers right there. My thumb is kind of underneath the hair, but I still kind of slip it to where I can grab it. I leave that piece, and then I kind of braid, swing it back under there, and I think I'm done adding in hair for this one. Yeah. At this point, I'm kind of getting excited because I'm like, girl, you doing this right now. So now I'm going to smooth out the hair because you want that braid to be nice and neat. And you really just continue to braid all the way down to make sure that the hair, look at me standing up. YouTubers be like, I'm going to get these angles. You really want the hair to be nice and smooth. And so I would take, off camera, you can't really see it. Trying to adjust my angle again for y'all. Look at that. Trying to get the angles for the camera, girl. So yeah, off camera, what I was saying, I was grabbing, like I would dip my hands into this Softee gel, and I would have that on my hands while I'm braiding. And I would also take some foaming mousse and things like that to really have the hair nice and sleek and coated as I'm braiding, because it's going to help to pull all the hair together, and I won't have any stragglers, like none. Alright, so at this point, my sister Boon, she was like, Destiny, you need to finish this tomorrow. Let's go to bed. I was like, who going to bed? Who? Like, I'm about to finish my hair. I don't know, I can't see my clock from here. You can probably, well, y'all can't see it either, but it's kind of in the background. But it was probably pushing on, I don't know, I'm gonna put the time on the screen, show you all what time it was. But I was like, I'm not going to bed until I finish my hair. Like, this was a task that was going to get complete. I can't even say today because this pushed up into midnight. I didn't go to bed till like 5 a.m. So yeah, back to explaining the braiding thing. Okay, braiding, and then I'm gonna go ahead and feed in some more of the hair. And I leave that piece hanging in the front, and then I kind of braid, twist, grab it, and tuck it up under there, and then you continue braiding. 1, 2, and then when my hand gets back in that same position again, I pick up some more hair. Or, no, I didn't. I took it down. I didn't like that one, so I had to start over. I didn't edit this part out either because I didn't want you all to think that I kind of just easily braided my hair. So I left in some of my mistakes, but not too many to where the video was so long, and it's like, girl, hurry up. Alright, so you can see now my pointer finger is right there. My thumb is kind of right back behind that hair. I should have showed you all, but I didn't want to do too much like trying to show for the camera, because I really wanted to get my hair right, if that makes sense. So yeah, swing the hair around, and then you keep braiding. My hand is back in that same position again, so I'm feeding in another piece of hair. Notice that these pieces are getting larger as I continue to go further and further back. If you want like super thick braids, then your sections will be like the pieces of hair that you feed in, they're going to be really large, or you would just add in more and more hair to keep growing the size of your braid. Also, I hate giving disclaimers, but I'll give this one. If my angling is not the best and you all are like, man, we can't see what you're doing that well, like you could have got a better angle, this type of video is more so one of the videos where it's kind of like, I'm not doing this hairstyle to record it, but I'm recording it because I'm doing this hairstyle. So it's kind of like, let me just set the camera up and let it run while I'm doing my hair, but I'm not really like facing the camera and getting really close and all of that, because I've done that in the past before.
If you have a widow's, I don't think it's focused. Wait, oh, it's hard to tell. It's 2 a.m. If you have a widow's peak like me, then make sure you really censor out and section out the middle if you're gonna do like 3 and 3. But yeah, I've done that in the past before, and if you make YouTube videos, you feel me, like you get what I'm saying. Things are just different when you film them versus just doing your hair and not filming. So hopefully you all just still enjoy this video just the same. These other 3 braids though, they were a struggle because by then my sister, she was gone. So it was really a lot of back and forth, holding the mirror up to the other mirror where you can see the back of your head, and it took probably 15 minutes to part the hair just by myself. But I was like, I'm gonna do this. Look at me, I'm even turning around trying to let y'all see from the back, and I'm not even looking in the mirror anymore. Like the things we do for these videos, man. Feeding in another piece of hair, keeping that piece in the front, and then I kind of braid, but double checking to make sure everything is nice and neat. I don't want to get all the way to the end and notice a mistake when I could just catch it right then and go back a little bit. Okay, swing it back around again, and I'm going to tuck that piece right back under there. And you don't have to do it on the left side. I just found that for me to pick up the hair, because I'm left-handed, it was easier for me to put the hair in that hand, because I could have easily passed it to the right hand with my hand. See how the position that I'm in right now? That could have been the same position. So you just got to get a feel for it. Also, another thing that I was doing, you see that I kind of smooth before I twist my hand to the next position again, because I want everything to be nice and neat, and I want my hair to really be like nice and detangled and everything like that. That's the Softee Gel now that I'm smoothing onto the hair so that it's nice and neat, and because I'm getting to the end portion of where my own natural hair ends, so I want to make sure that that's really secure. Like, I don't want it to be like, oh, that's where her hair is. That's where her hair, ooh, tongue twister, that's where her hair ends, and that's where the weave begins. Now, when you come to that front portion to keep braiding, because obviously your hands can't keep going all the way back on your own head, make sure that you still hold that same position of the hair so that your braid doesn't end up like twisted and in some weird type of position, if that makes sense. Braid all the way to the end, and that makes sense now why we feather the hair, because it fades it to being really thin towards the ends. 3:21 in the morning.
Good night, or good morning, I don't know.
So finally she's done, and also realizing that I braid kind of tight, so I'm going to take this foaming mousse. I saw this on a lot of other YouTube videos. When you watch YouTube videos, that's what you do, you kind of try what you've seen. Glad I tried this, because yeah, when I tied my hair down, I woke up the next morning, I was like, wait, who went to the beauty shop? Who? Like, no, all jokes aside, I'm just going to massage this in and allow that to dry while I clean up this entire mess that I've made that you all can't see off camera. Only thing I did forget to mention also, I didn't really count the number of pieces that was fed in. I just made sure that my hair was similar in length and size.
Yeah. Don't cover the camera. Girl, why you pulling my ends up like that?
Girl, what is you talking about?
You got it on my back.
Ain't nothing on your back. That's just the stain pressure.
I know, but then when I dipped yours, that's what you said, so I just had to say it. Okay, now it's on my back for real.
Pressing it down in the water, baby.
Girl, who you talking to like that?
Your time is so I'm in a stacker.
You ain't dipping all the way up to her, is it?
Nah.
Oh. I ain't give her no instructions, y'all.
I don't need no instructions.
Yeah, you need some instructions when you doing my hair. Cause it gotta be right.
Whatever.
That's good, Mom. You're supposed to burn it off.
I ain't burning it off. I'm just sealing it. Alright, wait a minute. Stay on it, because this water's scalding.
I was trying to lift the towel off my back.
I'm letting it drip in this pot. I let this hair go.
You just took this
Okay,
out.
I'm letting it go. Lift the towel out at the back. Lift it out, lift it out. Alright.
Squeeze them in the towel. Get the towel.
Now let it drip.
Girl, get the
towel.
You play too much. Get the towel.
You said you want to hang. Let them hang. Let the stain come out. Hold it, girl. You better hold that towel just like you had it. Just grab the end right here and right there. Hold it out just like that.
Ugh.
Now. Just let them stay just like that.
No, I want to just squeeze it.
Steaming, honey. Don't squeeze that hair here. All right, here.
Oh.
This hair still hot now.
I know, but you just pulled all my little ends out. I had neatly braided.
Here. The hair still steaming. Alright.
Alright, that's
So you know how tickle you is. Just set that till it dry.
I'm not gonna sit here all day.
Alright.
So that is pretty much how I braided my own hair. I have created an entire braids playlist here on my channel, so every video that I ever uploaded that revolves around braids, since I got like so many videos on YouTube. That way you all can easily find it if you all want to see more braiding videos here on my channel. And also I'll list a few more braiding videos in my description box for you all down below. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I already posted pictures of my braids even before the video went out, so I mean, yeah, if you follow me you already saw my braids, girl. Like, we here, okay? And as far as how long my braids may last, honestly, I can't say, because I don't know, I'm just gonna really keep them up for as long as they do last me. If you all want me to make another video kind of like how I'm tying my hair up, like just my braids maintenance, then let me know and I'll do another video on that. I didn't want to cram everything into this video. Let me know what you all think about my braids in the comment section. Questions or comments, leave all of that down below. And as always, I thank you all so much for watching. Bye!